Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Munatira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Munatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare One last time, let's chant together. Close our eyes from the bottom of our heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So all can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from chapter 3, the Life Manual Bhagavad Gita. So we came to the chapter number 3, verse number 12. So you all can repeat after me the sloka. So we'll chant for some time and then we'll go deep. Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha te dattan apradayebhyo yo bhukte stena eva saha. Ishtan bhogan hi deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha te dattan apradayebhyo yo bhukte stena eva saha. Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha te dattan apradayebhyo yo bhukte stena eva saha. Anyone would like to repeat?
Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva
Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva
dasyante yajna bhavitaha
dasyante yajna bhavitaha
te dattan apradayebhyo
te dattan apradayebhyo
yo bhukte stena eva saha.
yo bhukte stena eva saha. Anyone else? So you go to what word means. Ishtan, desire. Bhogan, necessities of life. He, certainly. Vaha, unto you. Devaha, the demigods. Dasyante, will award. Yajna bhavitaha, being satisfied by the performance of sacrifices. Taihi, by them. Dattan, things given. Apradaya, without offering. Ebhyaha, to these demigods. Yaha, he who. Bhukte, enjoys. Stenaha, thief. Eva, certainly. Saha, he. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. For but the demigods are authorized supplying agents on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Therefore, they must be satisfied by the performance of prescribed yajnas. In the Vedas, there are different kinds of yajnas prescribed for different kinds of demigods, but all are ultimately offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For one who cannot understand what the personality of Godhead is, sacrifice to the demigods is recommended. According to the different material qualities of the persons concerned, different types of yajnas are recommended in the Vedas. Worship of different demigods is also on the same basis, namely, according to different qualities. For example, the meat eaters are recommended to worship the goddess Kali, the ghostly form of material nature, and before the goddess, the sacrifice of animals is recommended. But for those who are in the mode of goodness, the transcendental worship of Vishnu is recommended. But ultimately, all yajnas are meant for gradual promotion to the transcendental position. For ordinary man, at least five yajnas, known as Pancha Mahayajna, are necessary. One should know, however, that all the necessities of life that the human society requires are supplied by the demigod agents of the Lord. No one can manufacture anything. Take, for example, all the eatables of human society. These eatables include grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, sugar, etc. for the persons in the mode of goodness. And also eatables for the non-vegetarians like meats, none of which can be manufactured by men. Then again, take for example heat, light, water, air, etc., which are also necessities of life. None of them can be manufactured by the human society. Without the Supreme Lord, there can be no profuse sunlight, moonlight, rainfall, breeze, etc., without which no one can live. Obviously, our life is dependent on supplies from the Lord. Even for our manufacturing enterprises, we require so many raw materials like metal, sulfur, mercury, manganese, and so many essentials, all of which are supplied by the agents of the Lord, with the purpose that we should make proper use of them to keep ourselves fit and healthy for the purpose of self realization, leading to the ultimate goal of life, namely liberation from the material struggle for existence. This aim of life is attained by performance of yajnas. If we forget the purpose of human life and simply take supplies from the agents of the Lord for sense gratification and become more and more entangled in the material existence, which is not the purpose of creation, certainly we become thieves. And therefore we are punished by the laws of material nature. A society of thieves can never be happy because they have no aim in life. The gross materialist thief have no ultimate goal of life. They are simply directed to sense gratification, nor do they have knowledge of how to perform yajnas. Lord Chaitanya, however, inaugurated the easiest performance of yajna, namely the Sankirtan yajna, which can be performed by anyone in the world who accepts the principles of Krishna consciousness. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः रामय्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् Hare Krishna. So ISKCON Whitefield invites you once again for daily evening program. So our timetable is like this. In the morning 4:30, so we have Mangalarati, 4:30 to 5:30, and 5:30 onwards till 7:30 we do mantra meditation, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. All sit together and do japa. This is called chanting or mantra meditation. And later 8 o'clock we have Guru Puja. So we will be offering worship to Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON, whom you can see in the order over here in saffron clothes. Because of whom we are able to read Bhagavad Gita and discuss Bhagavad Gita in English language and various many languages as well. And later 8:30 we have Srimad Bhagavatam class, 8:30 to 9:30. This is a daily schedule. And also daily evening also we have 6 o'clock Sandhya Aarti happens, and 6:30 we have Bhagavad Gita class, which we are resuming now. So today's sloka is 3:12. So let's go a little back or flashback of Bhagavad Gita. So when this was started, Bhagavad Gita, 5,000 years ago. So when both the parties, who are both the parties? Kauravas and the Pandavas, two family members. So what happened? Both were about to fight, about to start the war. And suddenly, Arjuna thought, he was bewildered, scared, feared, asking Krishna, Krishna, I want to see those people with whom I have to fight. I'm not able to fight. What happened? Please take me in front of both armies. Then as chariot driver followed the instruction or order of Arjuna, and Krishna took the chariot in between both the armies and looking the army on the other side. So there is Bhishma, the grandfather of both the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and there is Dronacharya, the teacher of both of them, and various other relatives, his brothers, his sons, various other relatives of them. And Arjuna was thinking, with these people I have to fight? With these people? My relatives, my teacher, my grandfather, all these are worshipable personalities. I have to fight with these people. He's telling like this various other reasons. And finally, he submitted to Krishna. Krishna, I cannot fight. But actually, what is the dharma of a Kshatriya? Is to fight. That's all. So whenever there is adharma, prevails. So he has to fight and re-establish dharma again. So that is the Kshatriya dharma, to fight. And it is not the first time Arjuna is fighting. He had fought many times as a Kshatriya. Now he is telling various reasons and telling Krishna, I cannot fight. Finally surrenders to Krishna, telling, oh Krishna, my dharma is to fight. But now I am not able to see what's happening in my life. I am completely confused. I am not following my dharma. What to do now? Please help me, please help me. And finally surrenders to Krishna. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha prachamitvam dharma sammuda chetaha nishreyeshan sushritam bhutame shishyasteham shadima dvam prapannam. Oh Krishna, I surrender unto you. Please help me what to do now. That particular point of time, Krishna starts giving instructions. So first chapter, second chapter, 7th sloka where Arjuna surrenders, and from 8th verse onwards, Krishna starts his instructions. So topic goes deep, where why is basically the instruction or the Bhagavad Gita is just to solve the questions of Arjuna. Why he should fight? It's telling these are the reasons, my family members, so I cannot fight. And as a Kshatriya, he has to fight. The whole 17, 18 chapters if you see, the only thing is this, Krishna inspiring Arjuna to follow his dharma. So one of the dharmas which we are seeing in our sloka today, in charge, I will say the read translation once again, in charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods being satisfied by the performance of yajna sacrifice will supply all the necessities to you, but he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. So here also one of the aspect of dharma comes. So what is that? So whatever necessities we are getting, so in the purport whole we see our food grains, sunlight, moonlight, rainfalls, everything is coming by the help of all the demigods. So all these other demigods are also the minister posts, like we have a prime minister, and in the whole government we have various chief ministers for every this thing. So So similarly, Lord Vishnu or Krishna is Supreme Minister, Prime Minister. All the demigods like Lord Shiva, Brahma, all the other chief ministers like Indra who supplies water, like Chandra who supplies moonlight, Sun who supplies heat energy, light energy. So all these are various ministers in the government of Krishna. So all these people are supplying so much for us. So what are we doing for them in return? So for example, let's ask a question in a practical way for all of us. So we are staying in a house. So every month end we'll get a current bill, isn't it so? So what happens if you don't pay the current bill? Current bill. So similarly, so we are getting sunlight all the time. Just imagine if there is no sunlight in the universe. The creation won't run, isn't it so? So how much we have to pay to sun god for his light energy, for his heat energy? How much pay we have to do for moon? So without moonlight, how the fruits or the juices in the vegetables will come? With the process of photosynthesis, we have learned in our childhood. So without moon, how it's gonna happen? So without Indra, how rains are gonna come? So basically speaking, without these demigods, there is no existence or the source of moving of this life or creation. So everyone knows this, but we are not able to give anything in return. If you are in that position, we are not able to give anything in return to them. So what is the definition then? We are a thief. So let's take one more example to understand this. So like all of you are very adults, you can understand this example. So like a mother or parents are there. So parents are sending a child to the hostel or any educational institution to get him study nicely, get a job, everything nice. And they are spending so much of money for him. And what this child is doing? He is going to college, but he is not studying at all. Except studying, he is doing everything else. So what do we call him? He is a thief. He is using parents' money and is not doing anything necessary and is simply wasting. So similarly, we also like this. If you take all the necessities given by all the demigods or Krishna, and we are using for our own sense gratification, not using them in their service, or at least not recognizing them. So then we are also known as thieves. So how to get out of this? So that's a solution also given in the same purport. So we'll see. So there is a question of the same thing called Yajna. So what is this Yajna term? So Yajna means sacrifice. We're sacrificing something. So one of the previous shlokas, the definition of Yajna was given. Yajna means sacrifice or satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Vishnu. So that sacrifice is known as Yajna. So in various ages if we see, there are various Yajnas or dharmas to be followed. So there is a nice shloka in one of the Upanishads, Vedas comes. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnu, Tretayam yajato Makaihi, Dwapare Paricharyayam, Kalotad Hari Kirtanat. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnu. So how many yugas do we have? 4 yugas. So what are those? Kali Yuga? This one, yeah. Previous one is Dwapar Yuga. Previous one, Treta Yuga. The previous one is Kruta Yuga, or also known as Satya Yuga. So the sloka says Kritaya Dhyayato Vishnu. So in Kruta Yuga, what is the dharma? Dhyayato Vishnu, meditation or form of Lord Vishnu. So if we see the history, there are many saints which we heard that many great saints, they are meditating, doing meditation for thousands of years. Heard about this? Valmiki Rishi did meditation for 60,000 years. Even Hiranyakashipu also, he did for various thousands of years to get the mercy of Lord Brahma. So like this, if we see in the Satya Yuga, Kruta Yuga, the dharma or Yuga dharma is meditation on the form of Lord Vishnu. And next, coming to next Yuga, what is that? Treta Yuga. So in Treta Yuga, what is the dharma? Kritaya Dhyayate Vishnu Treta Yajato Makahi. So Yajato Makahi means doing homas or yajnas, putting various fire sacrifices. So all this is the Yuga dharma at that age. So that is at Treta Yuga. Then coming to Dwapara Yuga. So what is the Yuga dharma of Dwapara Yuga? Tretayam Yajato Makahi Dwapare Paricharyayam. So Paricharyayam means elaborate deity worship. So now we have Sandhya Arati. So we did for almost half an hour, isn't it so? But in Dwapara Yuga, they used to do for 8 hours, 9 hours together. elaborate deity worship, elaborate. So that was the Yuga Dharma at that particular point of time. And then coming to Kali Yuga, what is the Dharma or Yajna of Kali Yuga? Kalos the Hari Kirtana. By chanting the names of Lord Hari is the Yuga Dharma of this particular age, Kali Yuga. So if we did the whole sloka, Krite Dhyayita Vishnu, Tretayam Vishto Madhahi, Dwapare Paricharyam, Kalo, third Hari Kirtanam. By doing various dharmas in the previous ages, whatever result we are getting, by just chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Lord Hari's name in the age of Kali, we will get the same result. Isn't it astonishing? So then, people used to do meditation for thousands of years. Now we are not able to live for at least hundreds of years, 100 years at least. So a few days back I was searching in Google. So what is the average age of a human being? So it's written 71 years old. That is the average. So where is question of 1,000 years? Thousands of years, 1 lakh years, in fact, correctly. And where is 71?
Attention span and lifespan both are reduced.
Yes, completely reduced. So its calculation was done in this way. So in the age of Satya Yuga, people used to live for 100,000 years, that is 1 lakh years. So coming to next Yuga, Treta Yuga, it is divided by 10. People used to live for tens of thousands of years. And next, coming to Dwapara Yuga, divided by another 10, hundreds of years. And coming to Kali Yuga, 100 years. And not even 100 years also, it's even reduced. So like this sloka says, so Vedas, Krishna, everyone understood what is the situation of people in the age of Kali. So they cannot do so much meditation because we have to go for IT job, we have to do our preparation, we have our own family. So the whole day goes in this only, doing work, household work, various other things, friends, whatever. Then where is the question of doing some meditation? Yes or no? So Krishna says in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So how our meditation should be done? Our meditation should be done in this way. First one, he has to dissociate from the society, he has to go to the forest. So then the question is, where are the forests now? Everywhere trees are being cut and buildings are coming up, especially in Bangalore also. So I heard the history of Bangalore. So it's a completely dense forest it seems. Now there is no question of forest. Everywhere it's IT companies only. So where is the question of going to forest? And Krishna says you have to wear kusha grass, and you should wear any normal clothes. In a tiger cloth or deer cloth you have to wear. Sit at one place, do meditation for many years. And you shouldn't eat anything. There is yama niyama, what to be eaten, what not to be eaten. There are various things. If I come now and ask you, I keep a gulab jamun in front of you, and I will tell you, don't take it. You will take it or not? Definitely take it, isn't it so? But during for this Ashtanga Yoga meditation process, they shouldn't do anything. Even if they are seeing something beautiful or something very palatable, they shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. But how it is possible in Kali Yuga, isn't it so? Whenever we step outside, there is Pani Puri there. So how it's possible? You cannot. So later coming, Dwapara Yuga, the elaborate deity worship. Where is the question of doing 8-9 hours? 8-9 hours are going in company only now, or in institutions to study for our future, for family. So there is no question of doing this also. So that's why in the age of Kali it's very simple process and powerful process. That is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So you must have seen on all the ISKCON temples, we chant only this mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, not any other mantra. So why not? So another question comes, because already shortcut is given. Why to take big cut? So there are in this thing if you see, so it's mentioned, I will just highlight this. For ordinary men, at least 5 yajnas known as Pancha Mahayajna are necessary. So let me name those 5 Pancha Mahayajna. So first one is worshipping forefathers. Second, worshipping demigods. So how many demigods do we have? Demigods.
Elements.
Demigods. 33 crore Devi Devatas. Which are right? We have 33 crore demigods. And next, studying or reciting all the Vedas. How many Vedas do we have? 4 Vedas. So we have to recite all of them. And feeding human beings. And feeding all the living entities, means animals, everything. So these are 5 Pancha Mahayajna. So first thing, forefathers, Pinda Pradhan. So whenever they leave the body, they do this, Pinda Pradhan. Next, demigods. We have 33 crore demigods now. So if you take 1 second or at least 1 minute to worship all the demigods, so how much time it takes? our life will be finished. So where is the question of doing this? Isn't it? Next, studying of the Vedas. To study our this the documents only, it's very difficult. Where is the question of studying Vedas? Next, feeding human beings. Difficult for us to feed ourselves. Next, human living entities, all the living entities. So this step we can understand if you see in your homes also. So we have small altar of gods. So how many pictures are there? Maybe 4 or 5 or max 10. Lord Shiva will be there. Definitely Lord Lakshmi Devi also will be there. Goddess Lakshmi Devi. That is permanent position. And Lord Shiva, Ganesha, Krishna, whoever. So there are only few photos. But here it is mentioned we have to worship all the 33 crore Devi Devatas. Why partiality only to few? What others have done wrong? Where is why Indra is not there in our photo? Indra is supplying water, right? Why Indra is not there? Suryadev is sending all the heat and energy. Why Suryadev is not there? Chandradev is sending this moonlight every night. Why moon is not there? So we have selected few and we have kept. Only these are important. But Bhagavad Gita says we have to worship all of them. So one thing, it's not possible also to worship all of them. Since it is not possible, we kept only few. Isn't it so? That's why we are worshipping. But actually what does Bhagavad Gita says? Not only 5, but all the 33 demigods. Now completely puzzled. Check what to do now. Then the last line if you see. Lord Chaitanya, however, inaugurated the easiest process of yajna, namely the Sankirtan yajna, which can be performed by anyone in the world who accept the principles of Krishna consciousness. So this is the solution. By just worshipping Krishna or chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is equal to the worship of all the demigods. In fact, everyone in this world. Everyone. So just like say, so there is a tree. So to nourish the tree, where do you pour the water? To the roots, not to the leaves, neither to the fruits. Isn't it so? Similarly, Krishna is like this. So Krishna is like a root. All the living entities, we human beings, demigods, animals, all are like this tree, plants. So when we pour water, automatically tree grows, nourishes. Need not separately pour water to the leaves, neither branches nor to the trunk. So similarly, if you directly pour water to Krishna or directly worship Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, everyone else also will be satisfied. So this is the shortcut which we have got in the age of Kali. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is this Lord Chaitanya? Anyone know? Heard about him? Aap to suna honge? So Lord Chaitanya is none other than one of the incarnations of Lord Krishna. So, but this incarnation was not very much glorified, or means it's like a Channa avatar. So Channa means hidden incarnation. No one knows this. No one knows him, but he is there. He came 500 years ago in the form of Lord Chaitanya. So we say that Krishna is Jagat Guru. Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. So Krishna is Jagat Guru. Now the question is, Guru means who? Guru means someone who teaches and also practices. Who practices for himself and also preaches. So he is a Guru. But Krishna, what Krishna has done? He taught Bhagavad Gita. But he never showed it. Yes sir? Then how can he call a Guru? Isn't it logical or not? He told Arjuna to do what it is. And finally gave the instructions. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam rajaham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasya masucha. Oh Arjuna, just leave all the religions. Just surrender unto me. Just do my bhakti. I will save you from all the danger. Mahasuchaha, don't worry. He's giving guarantee also. He gave everything. He gave the instructions. But he didn't show for himself how to practice it. Logic or not? Then how Krishna is called Guru? So what he did to show, to set an example how to follow Bhagavad Gita in the form of Lord Chaitanya, he came in the age of Kali. So you can see the altar there, Radha Krishna is there, and the other person is there who is raising their hands above. So is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No, it's not Balram. So there are other two deities sitting there, pink color, blue color. So one is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is who is Krishna, and the other is Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram. So let's see the secret. Why these people have come? So what is the proof? We need proof, right, everywhere. So Srimad Bhagavatam says, 12th canto it comes. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sanga Pangoscha Pashadam Yajai Sankirtana Praya Yajantihi Sumetasa. Krishna Varna Tvisha Krishna. So he's Krishna himself, but the color is a Krishna. Krishna Varna Tvisha Krishnam Sanga Pangascha Pashadam Yajai Sankirtana Praya Yajantihi Sumetasa. So this shloka says he is Krishna only, but in the form of a Krishna, that is golden avatar. He came. Yajai. What is that Yajna? Sankirtan Yajna. We have seen in this sloka. What is that? Yajna Sankirtan Yajna. So what is the sloka? Sankirtan means chanting of Hare Krishna, congregational chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Sankirtan Hare Yajati Sumedasa. Whoever takes this process of Sankirtan Yajna, Sumedasa. Medasa means intelligent. Sumedasa means very intelligent. So Srimad Bhagavatam gives, yes, this incarnation is there. Even Prahlad Maharaj, when Narasimhadev came to kill Hiranyakashipu, so no one is daring to go to Narasimhadev and satisfy him. Because so ferocious that is able to destroy the whole universe. So at that time, to pacify him, all the demigods came. All the 33 demigods. Lord Shiva was there, Lord Brahma was there, all, Lord Indra is there, everyone. And at that time I was thinking, his anger is so much that because of this anger, the whole creation also will be devastated. Then Lord Shiva was thinking, oh Narasimhadev, please, calm down. Because you have gave that devastation job to me. You cannot do this, you cannot cheat me. Then Lord Brahma and everyone are trying to pacify him, but no one is, because seeing that angry face of Narasimhadev, no one is daring to go forward. And finally, they got the Brahmastra. They thought, Prahlad Maharaj, for just Prahlad Maharaj, not Narasimhadev came. So let's send Prahlad Maharaj to satisfy Lord Narasimhadev. And then everyone, Lord Brahma is telling, oh Prahlad, please go, please satisfy your Lord Narasimhadev. So he goes there, and he offers various wonderful prayers. So in one of the prayers, so he gave this one of the slokas. So you are known as Triyugi. So Triyugi means a person or a god taking incarnation three yugas. But in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he have come. But not you don't know this. So why Krishna has to come in this channel, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu avatar? Just to show example how to become a devotee. If everyone finds him that he is God, everyone will be worshipping. Yes or no? No one will do bhakti also. So Krishna gave the instruction, 18th chapter, 5th instruction. Arjuna, become my devotee. He repeated same topic number of times. But Krishna never practiced and showed it. So to just show in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes and shows us how to become a devotee by chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And you know what? Tomorrow is that day where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inaugurated, came or appeared in this material world. So that's why tomorrow is known as Gaura Purnima. So Purnima, tomorrow is the day when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this material world. And we are celebrating this festival tomorrow from evening 5 o'clock. So it starts. So we have Kirtan and Mahabhishekam, the Lord. So with various paraphernalias, right, Pancha water, milk, curd, ghee, honey, various kinds of juices, fruit juices, and Pushpabhishekam. So with these various things, we will be doing Maha Abhishek of the Lord, and later we'll have a wonderful class. So about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu more in detail, and also we'll have a small drama by the kids about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So kids are very cute, right? So when they do drama, how cute it will be. So they are doing a small drama or skit on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, one of the Leelas. And later we'll have Prasadam also for everyone. So it is one of the most important festivals of ISKCON all over the world. Like Janmashtami, like Gaura Purnima. So Janmashtami everyone knows. Gaura Purnima not everyone knows. But this is also one of the most important festivals. This famous, the magnanimous incarnation came and distributed this Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Everyone of us looking for some love, isn't it so? We need some love, everyone. And if you're not getting that love inside the house, we'll go and try it outside. Until unless we give that complete love, satisfaction in the heart, we cannot be satisfied. And that is actually the goal of every spirit soul. Anandamaya Abhyasa. Everyone are searching for happiness, isn't it so? So last Saturday I gave session, the real happiness. So very detailed we discussed. Everyone is searching for happiness. But somehow or other, we are not able to get that complete happiness. Complete happiness. That's why we are searching here and there, right? We go to pubs, we go to restaurants, we go to cinemas. Sometimes we come to temple also. Maybe something we learn to get some peace of mind, isn't it so? So we're searching it, but there is no point where we are getting complete happiness. And Krishna says this. This is dukkhalaya. So alaya means place we stay. So where Lord stays, it's called devalaya. So where a book stays, it's called grandhalaya. So where food is there, it's called bhojanalaya. And Krishna is giving the definition for this word. He's telling dukkhalaya. This is the place of miseries, sorrows. So in the place of miseries or sorrows, how can we get happiness? Logic or not? And Krishna gave the definition. This is the place of sorrows. We cannot get complete happiness. Then how to get that happiness? By practicing spirituality, by practicing bhakti, by having this Hare Krishna mantra chanting every single day. Our love, that real love of God, will be re-established in our heart. And when that love comes, love of God, automatically everyone will be completely satisfied. And they don't want anything else. That is what.
Chaitanya also belonged to the same yuga where Krishna.
This yuga, Kali Yuga, just 500 years back. So there are various Puranas also describing the evidence that Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So Garuda Purana also says, and the Padma Purana, like this 250 evidences were there that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself. You know Vishnu Sahasranam, right? So one of the sloka comes, Suvarna Varna He Mango, and the sloka, the whole space. Suvarna means gold. Who is that gold? Suvarna Varna He Mango, and the comes Sannyasa Krit. So in this incarnation, Lord comes in a golden form as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and takes sannyas. So various places this is mentioned, but everyone is not able to find this secret because he thought so. Let it be secret only. I want to come as a devotee and show how to practice bhakti. Now we can tell Krishna is Jagadguru. He gave the instruction and also practiced. So it's up to us now. Lord himself is coming in the form of a human being and showing us how to practice bhakti and get that complete satisfaction in the heart and be happy all the time. So it's up to us, for us, to take a bhakti seriously. The most important aspect of bhakti is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every single day. So we have beats in the gift shop. You can take 108 beats chanting. So one beat we will chant. So in the starting we chant Panchatattva Mahamantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta. And then we chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. We chant this one mantra and move the beat. We chant one mantra and move the beats. So totally we will complete 108 beats. So just take 10 minutes of time. So you can do this at least every single day and coming to this kinds of discourses and attending Aarti, singing songs of the Lord. So automatically that love of God reawakens in our heart and you will be completely satisfied. Is there anyone who is completely satisfied having all the material things in the world? All the material things, everything is there. There are various great examples who couldn't have that complete satisfaction after even having all the material things. So as a material human beings, what we think? We need a house, we need money, we need opposite sex, all these things are there. But there is no complete satisfaction because there is lack of spiritual need. So basically there are 4 needs for every human being. So one is physical need, next is psychological need, emotional need, and finally the spiritual need. So physical need means that which this body needs: food, shelter, clothing. So everything comes under the category of physical need. So psychological need means the sense of achievement. I have done something and somebody is praying, you're such a nice devotee, you're such a nice this person employee. So this is called sense of achievement. If we do something nice, people will appreciate us. Automatically that sense of satisfaction is satisfied. Psychological satisfaction is also done. Psychological need also satisfied. Next, emotional need. Emotional need means I want to love and I want to be loved by someone. So we have parents, we have our colleagues, friends, whoever. We are loving them and they are also sharing their heart. So this is called emotional need. And finally, which is called the spiritual need. So whatever we spoke, all the 3 are external. The spiritual need means inner, that is spirit, soul. In India, everyone knows that we are not these bodies, but spirit souls. Now we are taking care of all these 3 things. We are leaving the spiritual need. It is just like we have a chamber, birds, where we feed them. So the whole chamber I'm cleaning nicely each and every single day. I'm decorating it, everything. but I'm not feeding the bird inside. How it will be? So similarly, we are all taking care of this body very nicely. We are going to gym, we are doing yoga, everything. We are keeping nice makeup, nice clothes. Everything is perfect, but we are not feeding the soul within. Then how can we be happy? Is it logical or not? Just like we have a car, wonderful car. We are putting oil to it, petroleum, servicing, everything is done, and we are not feeding the driver. What is the use? So similarly, we are doing all the other three needs are being completely fulfilled, but the spiritual need is something which all of us are missing. Then how to feed the spirit soul through the spiritual practices? That is chanting of Hare Krishna, coming to the temple, doing various spiritual activities. So this will fulfill the spiritual need. And when this is satisfied, then we can be completely satisfied. So there are many saints who don't have even a penny of rupees, but they're completely happy. Why? Because they satisfied the spiritual need. And this is actually the way of life. And this is actually the need of every human being, in fact, every living entity. In other forms of life, no one can get this opportunity. I can tell your dog, I can speak to a dog what is the Bhagavad Gita, but he cannot understand. Isn't it so? Any animal cannot understand. Only human being is the only opportunity who can understand this. The higher inquiry, who am I? Why am I suffering here? I don't want to do job. My boss is telling me to do job. So why these various struggles are there in my life? What is the reason? What is the purpose of life? Why this creation was made? Who am I? So all these higher inquiries comes only in the human form of life. And finally we got it. So it's the right time for us to utilize this completely and make our life successful. Okay? So with this I would like to end my discussion.
May I ask you
Any
one
doubts?
doubt?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it is out of the context actually what
Hmm.
you were explaining. We normally, whenever we fall sick, usually dreams will come. Whatever be the reason, dreams will come. But when we fall sick, the number of the dreams actually increases. It could be good or bad. Some are negative, some are positive. Sometimes we feel that like several stories will run, which is not connected to each other. Is there any particular reason behind that?
Yes. So even scripture speaks about this. So dreams means what? So in the daytime, so whatever activities we're doing, so not all the activities will be in the mind. So there are few instances or things which will take a lot of intense, strong impression on our mind. Just like if you're going to an office, so boss shouted at you very strongly. Whatever the other things, 8 hours, whatever you have done in the office, nothing will be so much impressed on our mind. But this boss shouting at us, it has a lot of impact on our mind. Isn't it so? So boss automatically comes in our dreams. So basically it says whatever the impressions, strong impressions are there in the mind, they are stored here. And when we go to sleep,
What we think during the day, which comes is agreeable, that is understandable.
yes, there is a combination, not only this. So there we have various thoughts happening in the mind. So all this come in a combination and will be shown up. So just like you have seen a mountain and you have seen a gold, what you will get in the mind? Golden mountain. So there is a huge combination. Sometimes what happens, some dreams are there which we have never experienced in this life. So that is your question. So how all these dreams are coming? From previous lives as well. So when we transfer now, so when soul passes from one body to another body, so there are two bodies for us. One is gross body, that's which we are able to see. Panchamahabhuta, which was made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. And there is another body called subtle body. Subtle body means which we cannot see with our naked eyes. This we can see. Subtle body we cannot see. Like what does subtle body consist of? So subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, and false ego. This we cannot see, but we can perceive by seeing the person. Understand? So when a person's spirit soul left the previous body, when it's taking a new body, so soul carries the subtle body also. Mind, intelligence, false ego. So whatever impressions are there previously, strong impressions, they also will be carried. So maybe that also will be the case. That whatever maybe happened in the previous life, that maybe also will be coming. So sometimes from childhood onwards we have some interest in something. Someone like this thing, like a phobia is there. Someone don't like waters. Someone don't like climbing the hills. There's a phobia of this. There is a phobia of this thing. So how these people are getting? From previous impressions, previous life impressions.
So you mean to say that whatever the dreams we see, we have to record it and work on it?
No need to work. Because it's what was is done, it's done. So you need to work. But only thing is let it pass. So there is people also ask this question. Whatever coming in my dreams, will it come true? May come, may not come. We have to understand one philosophy. So karma philosophy acts all the time. So whatever is there in karma will come. Need not take tension. Whether it is in dream or not. But meantime, what we have to do? So we have to give our 100%. What the duty we have to do, and that is what Krishna is teaching Arjuna. Do your 100%. Fight, but don't depend on the result. Don't attach to the results. So we have to do your duty, not getting attached to the results. But dreams are there; they will come and go. Need not take much.
Has Krishna spoken about dreams in the entire Bhagavad Gita anywhere?
Dreams, no, not much. But this karma philosophy, where it comes, transferring of bodies, second chapter it comes. How spirits will carry from one body to another body. So there is this concept of subtle body comes. Mind, intelligence, false ego. There also description comes about dreams.
The third one, mind,
Intelligence and false ego.
false.
False ego means I am this body. But actually spiritual. But false ego makes us that I am this body. So that is called false ego. These three consist of subtle body. Understand? So dreams are also coming in previous impressions which are there in our life, or this life, or previous lives. So all this combined together will come like a khichdi. So mind is such a jukebox. It will combine everything and show in the dreams. So we cannot do anything for that. So let the dreams come, go. So during sick time coming, because we are not engaged in that time. We don't have any proper physical work. So mind is always wandering here and there. Yes or no? So that the dreams also more and more comes during sick period. Got the point? Okay. Any other question?
I think that class will be by YouTube.
Okay.
Thanks for the nice class. Prabhuji, sometimes Prabhuji, actually we are facing pressure in the so many of the ways. For suppose in the studies, some educational wise, parents will send to the college, and there we are facing some of the pressures. So everywhere we are facing the pressures. So sometimes in spirituality also there is a problem of facing pressures. So in that time, how to face that pressure? Is it away from the spirituality is good, or staying in the spirituality is good, and facing the pressure is better?
Yes. So the question is, so in the some fields of our activities, material activities, we have some pressures coming up, like boss, education, whatever. And similarly, we feel sometimes that in spirituality also some pressure is there. So that is what the question is. So taking the spirituality in context, so it's not voluntary, it's obligation. Everyone has to do practice spirituality. There is no question of not practicing. So that's what we are saying in the session. We have to practice. But if at all we are feeling some burden, so this shows I'm not having complete taste in that. So if you have gulab and sweet is there, you will not feel burden at all. Yes or no? We are ready to eat how many you want. So we have that taste. So similarly, if you are getting some burden means we are not having that taste in spirituality. We are not able to see that spirituality as the service of Krishna. So when we have this attitude, this I'm doing this particular service or activity, for example chanting, I'm doing this for the service of Krishna, as service of Krishna, then we'll get nourishment. If we do this aspect of mood of service is missing, then we'll feel burned out or pressure. So what do you want? So practice. This will take time, but we'll practice it. I'm doing this to serve Krishna. I'm doing this to serve Prabhupada. I'm doing this to serve my spiritual master. When this aspect comes, slowly and gradually you can see change in your life. Because this was the same question which I asked to my superiors. I got a similar answer and I able to see my changes in my life. Got the point? The mode of service should be there. And also practically we have to see what is my office timings, what is my work. So sometimes compromising is okay with the discussion with the superiors at the particular time, place and circumstance. Okay? So we cannot stop bhakti, we have to go on, but how much we are doing, we have to see the quantity. Is it okay for me right now or not? With the discussion of superiors, that can be correct. Okay? Hare Krishna. So we will end the session here. Grandra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.